Hey guys, welcome to The Sophisticated Scoundrel. Today we're going to talk about whether looks are more important or money is more important, or what exactly is the most important thing in attracting a woman. But before I do that, be sure to download my free guide, The 5 Steps to Finding Your Life Mission and Purpose. This is for any guy out there who's feeling a little lost and needs some guidance and directions. It's a PDF with a video where I walk you through it. So it's completely free, so be sure to grab that today. Okay, so I had a post on Miami Vice Life the other day where I talk about, this debate about, does a woman want a guy just for his money, or is it just for his looks, or which one is it? And I said that the answer to this question is either it's both and it's neither, because it's not that cut and dry. It's not just either or, okay? Because I probably know more guys who have been broke, or just they're average guys making a normal income, who get way more punani than guys who were wealthy. So you have to think about the reasons behind this stuff, okay? Because these guys who are good looking, they had no financial status, but they were tapping into a woman's sexual desire, and so they're willing to forego some of their other rules just to be able to be with a man who's very good looking. However, the only problem with some of these guys that I know who are good looking, they can't make it last, because again, they're sort of more, they're seen as by these women as more of a plaything, a toy. And even though these guys would like something more long-term, they've essentially been used by the women for a sexual night out. And I know a lot of you guys would be like, oh, poor baby, it must be really rough to have women throwing themselves at you. And I get that, okay, I totally get that. But at the same time, these guys, they do want a substantial relationship, but they just haven't been able to do it because of the fact that these women kind of see them as just sexual escapades. And also some women too, they're gonna feel a little bit intimidated. They sense that this guy is probably just sleeps around with everybody, and she very well may be accurate in that assessment. And the other thing too is that there's the other part of a woman's mating strategy, which is that she's also looking for a guy who has the provisions, okay, the money. That's what we're talking about, the wealth, the money, the financial stability. But a lot of times some of the very wealthy guys are not very sociable, or they maybe don't look as good as some of these other guys. So these women get together with wealthy men for the financial status, yes, but the men never really have that woman's heart, because she's there for the financial, the material benefits of being with that man. So the guy who's very handsome and the guy who's very wealthy, they both have their own struggles, okay? It's not a matter of, oh, if I do this or if I do that, and you can also put the two together. You can have a very wealthy man who's pretty good looking and still has trouble keeping a woman long term. So what's the difference here? Well, there's a trifecta, and the third part of this trifecta is being forgotten about, and that is the piece of game. So you can have looks, you can have money, or you can have game. And obviously, ideally, you have all three of these things. But I'd like to say that I think game is the most important of all three of them, because I've met guys who are unattractive, but they got game. They're so good, the gift of gab. They can talk. They know how to just push a woman's buttons to get an emotional reaction and response. And these guys do very well. They just have that X factor, that game, basically. And they can keep a woman hooked on for a long time. Now, just in my own life, because as you can see, I'm not a huge muscular guy. I'm in decent shape. I'm 44, so it's like I'm in decent shape, but I'm not like these other guys who go to the gym are just huge. I'm simply not. I'm a normal kind of a guy. But I think out of the three, my biggest gift is the gift of just knowing how to talk with a woman, how to have fun, and honestly be kind of a goofball and just fun to be around. That generally tends to be what women are attracted to. They're into because I'm kind of a big kid at heart. I'm kind of playful and like to joke around. So I'm tapping into that emotional side of, her hindbrain, if you will. And so, I think being able to get a good paying job and make a decent living, you don't have to be rich, but just, making a decent living, being in decent shape, but then really focusing in on your level of game, meaning, can you make a girl laugh? Can you make her experience different emotions? Are you intelligent yourself? Can you read people well? Can you read people's emotions? Can you sense certain things about people? Or are you just kind of dull and don't pay attention to what's around you? That level of edge where, you can go enter a room, you look around, you know how to smoothly transition from one conversation to the next. How social are you? These are the things that really build up a man's sense of game. And if you work on that, like how well can you just approach a stranger and start up a conversation? How well can you ask a question so that stranger feels comfortable just opening up to you? Because that's something that I had to learn back in my past, way back when I had a different type of job. I had to know how to talk to people from all over the world and get them to feel comfortable enough to open up and talk to me. So these are sort of soft skills that you can develop to sharpen your ability of game. And when you can do that, if you can talk to a stranger, then you can talk to a woman, you can have fun. If you can make a stranger laugh, then you'll know how to just be, you'll get comfortable in your own shoes and you won't feel nervous making a joke or cracking a joke or trying to get a girl to laugh or teasing somebody. These are all very big parts of developing that game, and game is also, I wrote down kind of what I define game as, okay? So game is the part that really fucks a woman's mind, okay? In a good way. So it gives her the fulfillment of excitement, emotion, safety, trust, lust, reward, respect, and most importantly, desire. A woman will really desire you if you can pull it out, okay? And so let me just see here, because I had it written down. Yeah, so I suppose that's essentially what it is, okay? So all those different things, okay? Oh, here we go. So here's what I was defining game as. Where the heck is that? Okay. When I say game, I mean this. Charm, wit, confidence, sense of humor, ballsiness, and an ability to verbalize sexuality in a smooth and confident way that elicits a positive response in a woman, okay? So this is something that, again, might not, a lot of people don't talk about this, but being able to talk about sexuality, expressing your desires, expressing sexual innuendo in a way that she responds well to, that's a really big part of game that gets overlooked a lot. You have to know how to say things to really get her panties wet just by hearing it, And women who like you, it's a lot easier. Obviously, women who just are kind of like, about you, not really that into you, it's going to be more work. So again, this is another reason why I say, hey, spend time on women who actually like you and stop wasting time with women that's so much work to get to, respond to you. Because a girl who likes you and you speak to her in a sexual way or use sexual innuendo or flirt, they love it. They absolutely love it. It gets them very hot and bothered. And, a woman who has a strong sense of sexual desire for you, it just makes the relationship that much better. She feels like she can be more feminine. She wants to be more supportive to you. It's just a really good way to go. And you do not need to be some hot dude. I've met women who've gone out with these hot dudes that just it did not last because these guys were boring. They said the sex was not even that good. The guys were boring. They were just a pretty piece of candy, So if you're an average dude and you work on your sense of game and having fun and really build up your social skills, this oftentimes will beat out those other two categories. And you can keep a woman more long term. So I know some of you guys get caught up in your head like, oh, I gotta have a six-pack and be ripped, or I gotta be making $1 million a year, these kinds of things. But again, don't use it as a cope. Don't talk yourself out of doing the work just because and making up these ridiculous ideals. Yes, work on your physical fitness, get a good job, make more money, but don't forget about the game part of it, because on your journey as you're getting a better physique and getting better pay, you can still enjoy life by simply enjoying life and being a fun guy to be around. So sharpen your game, get women to respond emotionally, have some wit, be a little ballsy with the things that you say here and there. You know, if you're used to it, it'll take some practice, but you know, start gently and work your way up. So I really hope this helps you guys, because I think this is something that's very important, and I stress this all the time on Miami Vice Life, is that these soft skills, these interpersonal skills, they really, really help a lot. So if you have questions, please leave them down below. And if you'd like to get one-on-one coaching with me, if you want to work on your charm, if you want to learn how to develop a better sense of humor, how to flirt more, how to feel comfortable being sexual and talk and speaking in a sexual way, book a one-on-one coaching session with me in the links below. All right, we'll see you in the next one.